From humble beginnings, you know how I feel. For real. Hey, he know the words too. He know the words too. Look, he know the words too. That's what I'm saying, bro.
Man.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Y-YYC, a show where we uncover, discover, and present to you the talent shaping Calgary urban identity. In today's episode, we get to meet with the one and only Dru Jetzon.
Yeah.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
What's up, fam?
What's up, bro?
Man, how have you been?
I'm good, fam. How are you?
Yeah, man, same shit. It's freaking a little hot now in Calgary.
Hella hot, bro.
Like, we're used to the cold, but this summer it's like, oof.
Everyone can stop complaining about that now.
Exactly.
I'm tired of it.
It's like
Tired.
you guys like freaking 33 degrees, so you gotta be ready and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll get you into it here. So, Jetzon, you're fired.
Yeah.
How did you come up with that thing, man? Look.
Honestly, like that whole tag idea
Yeah.
just came from just my love for that show, bro.
Which show was that?
The Jetsons.
Okay, I haven't seen it.
Okay, yeah, it was
What's that about?
the Jetsons. It's a cartoon that's pretty much the opposite end of the spectrum in comparison to the Flintstones. So the Flintstones is in the past.
Yeah.
The Jetsons is in the future.
Oh,
Same type of family structure. They have a robot instead of like, it's
Yeah.
just like, yeah. So
Wow.
I always used to watch that when I was real little. I used to come home from school, watch that. I was just inspired by that, and I'm like, yeah. So
Yeah. And then eventually in that show you said, Jetzon, you're fired? Or like,
yeah,
what's that?
yeah. So that's that clip is actually Mr. Jetson from the cartoon. That's his boss.
Yeah.
Every episode, he would do something, and his boss would say, "You're fired."
Oh,
So I was like,
got
yeah. I was
you.
like, yeah. I was like, so I'm Mr. Jetson. I'm today's Mr. Jetson,
Yeah,
right? So
yeah.
you know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah.
The story behind stuff. So how did you come up with the Dru Jetzon? What is the
That's
like?
just
Remember that day or like?
that's
what-
just do I remember that day?
Yeah. How you came up with it? What was going on? I was like, okay, yo, that's fucking fire.
I know, like, originally I was just gonna go with Jetson,
Mm-hmm.
but I was like, why not have a first and last name? Why not have me and what I love together? You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So I just and it worked out.
Yeah.
Yeah, so-
it's fucking fire.
Yeah, sounds-
Dru Jetzon, you. All right, so that's the producing part, ladies and gentlemen. Dru Jetzon, man, like just we get right
Yeah.
into it with like the stories. I fucking enjoy that. Rap producing, because Jetzon, you're fired. That's the production part. We'll get into that, but you also rap and you produce. What was your first love? What came first, and what was the transition from one to the other?
Honestly, like, I grew up like my first 5 or 6 years in the Caribbean,
Oh, okay.
so I was heavily influenced by reggae.
Yeah.
And like my mom was like how girls used to go crazy over the Beatles. My mom was like, still to this day, she's the same like that to Bob Marley.
Wow.
So like she had his whole collection. There's also another band called Steel Pulse. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but they do reggae too, and they also go back and forth between London.
Yeah.
So they have like a unique reggae sound. They sing a lot.
Yeah.
So just like melodies is what really inspired my sound.
Oh, nice.
And
I hear that too.
yeah, and like I'm sure like you grew up listening to a lot of 90s music
Yeah.
at that time, and that's a
Yeah.
lot of like R&B melodies
Yeah.
and like hip hop was real good at that time too. So yeah, so
That's
that's
why
what
we're still in
influenced
it
me.
right now.
Yeah. So yeah.
And that's how you make the transition. So that's how you got into rapping, or did you start with rapping then producing?
No, I did producing. I mean, I did producing like more notably later, so like more currently. But I used to dabble with producing before,
Yeah.
but it was more like electronic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can.
I was
hear
trying to
it.
find my sound a little bit. Yeah.
And then rapping was your first love. It's like
Yeah, exactly.
All right. How did you get into rapping? That's always like a unique thing. Is it like your buddy that got you into it? Or?
Actually, one of my boys, Jay, we went to junior high together. And at the time in junior high, 50 Cent's "This Is How We Do" with G Unit and The Game that came out. And also at the time, it was like when people started downloading music and stuff. So we got access to the instrumental, and I was like, yo, I'm gonna do my own thing on this, you know what I mean? So that was the first time I like wrote a rap, and it was like, it was horrible, but it was, you know what I mean?
Like everybody is like,
Yeah.
oh, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
That's crazy. Wow. So from This Is How We Do to now Dru
Yeah,
Jetzon
yeah.
to. All right. That's fantastic because that leads me to like my next question. You have a really unique sound. Like as I listen to the beat that you produce, the rap on the track that you have, and of course everybody's unique. But how did you go about selecting the instrumentals, and what's the Dru Jetzon process like for a song? Because even the track that you get, I'll say from Boy Jam, I heard one from Mayu, and even the one, they're dope producers in Calgary, but you get some unique track that fits to the Jetzon style. What's the Jetzon process, if I may say?
Honestly, it's all about catching a vibe. Like, part of the whole Jetson aspect of my name is the fact that I've always been fascinated by space outside of just the TV show, The Jetsons. So I love that vibe. Whenever I like envision space or being in a spaceship, I think of like, you know, just very moody music. So I try and create moods and vibes. So it doesn't matter what the instrument is. I don't really go into making a song thinking I want it to be this type of song. I might just, you know, what I like to do is like try something new. Like maybe I might go for a hike or go for a walk or something.
Yeah.
And then come back to the studio and then see where my mind's at, you know what I mean? As opposed to being in the same mindset that I usually wake up in, and then go to work, take myself outside of it, come back with a new mindset, and then just make whatever kind of just gives me that, you know, that mood, that vibe.
Yeah.
So, yeah, anything really.
Yeah. What's a day in the life of Dru Jetzon? Like, very similar to this.
In terms of,
you know, you wake up in the morning, like a week, or you can decide which one you want, a week or a weekend, but like one of those days. Okay, that's like a Dru Jetzon.
okay.
That's a good Dru Jetzon day.
Okay. Like a good Dru Jetzon weekend, I would say is you got to start it off on Friday. Most people they make that mistake. They start on Saturday.
Yeah.
So when Sunday comes around, they feel like someone did them dirty, right?
Yeah.
They did themselves.
I'm here.
You played yourself.
You
played yourself.
Take the advice. I'm taking.
You got to start Friday. You got to start
Okay.
Friday, right? And like you don't got to start early. You can start late. You know what I mean? Just link up with the homies, have a talk, catch up on the week, sip if you sip, smoke if you smoke, right?
Yeah,
Chill
get it right.
vibe. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Saturday, wake up, head to the studio, do your thing, make a beat, catch a vibe, take the beat with me throughout the day, you know what I mean?
Just drive around.
See what the homies are up to, see what Shorty's doing,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? It's like, honestly, I'm a real spontaneous person, so
Nice.
I really don't like to like plan like what I'm gonna do, like unless it's like something I need to get done, then that's when I, you know, apply structure, but for the most part, just chill. Yeah. Whatever. Yeah.
A great Dru Jetzon weekend, just, you know. So start on Friday,
You gotta start Friday.
hang out with the buddies. Saturday, wake up, get a beat, you know what I mean, chit-chatting, talk to
Studio.
the old lady, you know what
Yeah.
I mean, and then just do what you gotta do.
Right.
All right, I like that. Damn. All right, I'm gonna start on Friday now.
You gotta
'Cause
start Friday.
Like,
That's
I'm
the
victim
thing. That's
of
the
that
key.
thing.
That's the key.
Like me and Friday, I'm like, yo, after a day of work, I'm just gonna chill. Then you wake up Saturday, and I don't want to go to bed. I'm like, dog, I don't want this day to
Right.
be over.
Right.
Like Monday's gotta come. All right, I'll push you back to the music just a bit, and then we get to the last few questions here. Cascade. We were just singing it at the intro here. Bitch,
Yeah, every way.
How did that
Hey.
song come about, fam?
So pretty much just me, Boy Jam, and Ungton.
Yeah.
We were just in the studio just vibing. And Boy Jam was just cooking up some beats, and he was just kind of playing with stuff. And I was like, yo, you feeling that? Like, cause everyone was bumping their head. I'm like, yo, stay like stay in that pocket that you're working with, and like, let's build with that. And so we just started I don't know, it was real organic.
Yeah.
and that's why I feel like it's real vibes, you know.
It sounds like it. Even as you started, that you guys can check it is on one of our YYC jam, one of our first YYC jam. That was a while there, but when that song dropped, it's like. And you start right away.
Why waste time, you know?
Why waste time? Sheesh.
Why waste time?
On the SoundCloud, you got so many tracks and like production. What do you think of the state of the music today? Like, you know, the way stuff is so much music, iTunes, all the streaming services, SoundCloud, our generation of music. What's your thought about the whole music system?
I mean, I think it's like I grew up at a time where like technology was just starting to thrive and internet and music access, and I know what it was like at that time where you wanted more music but you didn't have access to it. But now we live in a time where you have all the access in the world, but people still want more. So like honestly, I don't think it matters how much access people have to music. They're always going to want more. So I think for what we're working with currently in the current times, it's more than enough for
you enjoy it.
Right?
Is that how you go about like releasing your song? You're just all about the feelings. Okay, I'm releasing that. Because you can release song whenever nowadays. So what can we expect the next Dru Jetzon?
I'm about to drop a project called Between Two Worlds that we were listening to.
Hey guys, I love what I'm doing because you gave me a bit of exclusive earlier. Sheesh! All right.
Yo, check that out. Between Two Worlds.
Between Two Worlds.
That's coming out in August.
Nice.
And the title pretty much is just Between Two Worlds means not only physically but mentally I'm between two worlds, two different spaces. So this music just captures my transition between two worlds. So it's just,
Damn. You heard it here again, man. This is August, Between Two Worlds, Dru Jetzon. Can you give us a couple bars from like bar that maybe come to mind from other this album that's coming out we haven't heard? Some of your favorite bars somewhere. It doesn't have to be a freestyle. One of your songs.
Shit. Shit, yo, you caught me like.
Give me one of the.
Okay. It's all good. I can kick you with one of the first. I once wrote this poem actually for like this school like poem entry, and it was just something I wrote. It was called Father's Day.
Okay.
And because I grew up, you know, my father and my mother they got divorced when I was really young, so I just wrote a poem. That's actually how I started making music. Was because I used to like just put pen to paper like crazy when I was small, and write stories, write poems. So yeah, I wrote like a poem, but I could kind of like share a little bit of that. You cut it up how you want to.
That's a person. Right? Come on.
Okay, cool. All right. What's the purpose of a dad if he's never here? Oh yeah, a XY chromosome. No one's home. No, really though. I'm not home. I'm with the bros, but I'm heading home. Go. I gotta catch a show. I was 14 watching TV. Father's Day shows, they put me right to sleep. Thinking, why me? The dude didn't know me yet, but he decided to step. He didn't do right. So we slipped up, dipped, and left on this little boy. Now we got a lifetime full of stress. And my mama too. Did she call him boo?
Dru Jetzon,
I don't know.
ladies and gentlemen.
That was a long time ago, so I fucked that up, but it's all good. Hey.
Appreciate that. Thank you, man.
Hey.
Oh, man. All right.
Hey.
Last question. That's a great way to.
Another one.
Another one. All right. Why YYC? Why Calgary? Why should people pay attention? Or what's missing us for people to pay attention to what's going on here? Bless me with your thought down here.
Why YYC? I think YYC because there's a lot of talent here. There's a lot of passion. It just lacks direction. So I think once collectively artists and creatives can find a direction, then I think what we deserve, which is recognition for how good we are in creative aspects. A lot of people don't even know that, but YYC is super heavily creative. So yeah, I think once we find that direction, then that's when we'll get that recognition. We got to work together though. Yeah.
Oh man.
That's what I think. Yeah.
That's
all. It's simple.
You got it here, man. YYYC the thought on Dru Jetzon. You know, appreciate that. YYC Records. You
I'm
can
the plug.
check it more. You're the plug.
I'm the plug.
You're the plug. All right, where can you? Man, that was a dope interview. What can you leave our audience with? Where can they catch you out? You know, catch up to you. Like check some Dru Jetzon. Email, SoundCloud. Just give it to them. Give it to them.
I drop all my stuff first on SoundCloud. I know everyone's doing that other stuff. You know what I mean? I'm me. I do me. Check me out on SoundCloud. That's Dru Jetzon. DruJetzon. Same on Twitter. Same on Facebook.
Nice.
Same on Instagram. That's where most of my activity is, so check me on Instagram.
Nice.
Yeah.
The last few pictures, nice.
Yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is it for today's episode. YYYC episode 9. Getting close, man. Slowly but surely. With Dru Jetzon, feel free to check us out on YYCRecords.com. And I'll chat to you soon, Dru Jetzon. Thanks, man.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate that. We go. Peace.